In this lesson, we're going to cover non-repudiation. Now, non-repudiation in cybersecurity is focused on providing undeniable proof in the world of digital transactions. Non-repudiation is a security measure that ensures individuals or entities involved in a communication or transaction cannot deny their participation or the authenticity of their actions. I like to think about this as the difference between sending a standard letter in the mail and sending one that requires a signed receipt upon delivery. The receiver's signature on the receipt tells us that the recipient can't deny that they have received that letter. In fact, non-repudiation has been used for centuries, even before computers were even developed or thought of. If we look back a few hundred years or more, kings and noblemen used to use signet rings to imprint their unique seal onto a wax on a document to make sure it was sealed. This seal acted as a form of non-repudiation. If a decree or letter bore that king's seal, it was undeniable evidence that it was authentic and it came from the king himself. Now, anyone receiving this sealed document could be confident of who sent it because only the king or that noble person had that specific signet ring. So they couldn't claim that the contents of the document were not written by that person. Hopefully, this medieval example does help you to underscore the importance and timeless nature of ensuring authenticity and accountability in all of our communications and transactions, because that is what non-repudiation is all about. Now, let's move back into the digital world, and we don't use signet rings here, but instead we use something that is more modern. This is a digital signature. Now, a digital signature, much like the king's signet ring, is considered to be unique to each user who's operating within the digital domain. A digital signature is created by first hashing a particular message or communication that you want to digitally sign, and then it encrypts that hash digest with the user's private key using asymmetric encryption. This allows the digital signature to ensure that a piece of information, whether it's an email or a transaction, originated from a stated source and hasn't been altered during its transit. If someone attempts to refute their involvement in the digitally signed transaction, the signature serves as undeniable proof that they actually sent that, and the integrity of that transaction hasn't been changed since they used their private key to create that digital signature, and that digital signature is made up of an encrypted hash digest. Now, non-repudiation is important for three main reasons. We use it to confirm the authenticity of digital transactions, we use it to ensure the integrity of critical communications, and we use it to provide accountability in digital processes. First, we have confirming the authenticity of digital transactions. In the digital world, impersonation and identity theft is so much easier to perform than it was in person, so it really is important that a system has the capability to guarantee a transaction or communication's authenticity is there to ensure that your users can't state they didn't perform a certain action. So, if I send a digitally signed email to my stockbroker asking him to sell 100% of my shares, he can be assured that it was really me who sent it because I digitally signed it. But if he receives an email from me that is not digitally signed, there is no assurance that I actually sent it. After all, you could go out right now and sign up for a free email account like jasondion@yahoo.com or jasondion@gmail.com and pretend to be somebody else pretty easily, but you really can't fake their digital signature because only they have their private key that's going to be used inside of that digital signature. Second, we have ensuring integrity. With non-repudiation measures in place, all the parties involved can trust that the messages haven't been tampered with because any alteration would break the chain of undeniable proof. Since non-repudiation relies on digital signatures, and digital signatures have hash values in them, these digital signatures are used to ensure not just non-repudiation, but also integrity. And third and finally, we have providing accountability. When every action has a digital stamp of authenticity attached to it, we can create a sense of responsibility and accountability among our users because they know that their actions can be traced back to them without denial. For example, some auto insurance companies now have the option for people to use an app on their smartphone that will feed their real-time driving data back to the insurance company. If you agree to use that tracking app, it will tell the insurance company how fast you drive, how quickly you change lanes, how long you wait to brake for a stop sign, and things like that. In return for allowing them to collect this data, you can get a potential discount on your auto insurance if you drive within their safe driving profiles. For many drivers, opting into this app will provide them with accountability and remind them to drive more safely. And because the app is installed on your smartphone, the company knows it's you who's driving, and this provides non-repudiation since you can unlock the phone using your face or fingerprint to activate this app every time you log in and start a new drive. So remember, non-repudiation is about ensuring undeniable proof of your participation in a digital interaction. When you think about non-repudiation, I want you to think about the fact that someone cannot say they didn't do something because you have a method to prove that they did. The best tool for achieving non-repudiation really is digital signatures, so if you hear the word non-repudiation, immediately I want you to start thinking about digital signatures to achieve a level of trustworthiness. In the digital landscape where trust is paramount, Non-repudiation does stand out as a beacon of authenticity, accountability, and assurance for all of our digital transactions and messages.